Hello everyone, it's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet, and today is a video about Boggy Creek. If you, well, I want to thank you all for coming and joining me here in the yarn room. And, excuse me, I want to thank any new subscribers for being here and any of my other old friends for coming back again and again. This video today is, as I said, it's a Boggy Creek blanket video. Today is, well, at the time that when you see this, this will be going up on August 1st, 2023. That is when we're kicking off the blanket drive for Boggy Creek blankets. If you are new to my channel, or I do this along with Billy, the Crafty Floridian, and of course Nancy from She's Got Yarn Too. Generally speaking, we will go live once every couple of weeks, maybe even every other week. And we show the blankets that are made. We're collecting donation blankets for Boggy Creek Camp in Florida, which is a camp for chronically ill children. The camp is fabulous. I will add some pictures if they're still where I can find them in my phone, from when we went last year and delivered our blankets. Last year, the yarn community, we collected like 360 or 70 blankets from, I think we started in October, or maybe we started in August, but one of those 2 months until December 31st. And then we took them to Boggy Creek Camp the first or second week of January. I flew down. I live in Ohio, and there was Nancy and Billy, and Nancy's mother, who started this whole thing. Nancy's mom. Hi, Sue. She belongs to a women's group, and they make gift baskets for the kids, and they wanted to put blankets in with, they wanted to also collect blankets. The camp takes in, I don't know how many kids at a time, but they're all specific illness for a specific week. So all the kids that are there are suffering from the same problems, they're going through the same things. They all have, I don't think leukemia is one of their diseases, but they basically take kids who aren't sponsored by other groups, so they're like orphaned kids, orphaned diseases, if you will. But sometimes all their kids are in wheelchairs for whatever reason. Sometimes, whatever their illness is, every kid there has that same illness. So if it's that, they have lung issues, every kid there has a respirator or whatever, they need. They have a hospital trauma room, and doctors, medical, well, I don't know if it's really a trauma room. I think it is kind of a trauma room. But they have nurses and doctors that specialize in that specific illness on site during that week, 24/7. There are doctors there 24/7. There are nurses there. And the camp is just fabulous. Like I said, we did actually go and tour it last year, and we will be delivering the blankets in person again this year. So you can send your blankets to Nancy at She's Got Yarn Too, and I will have her address listed in the description box below. This year, if you live closer to me in Ohio, and it's cheaper for you to ship them here, you can. I have a P.O. box, which is also listed in all of my videos, because I'm driving down to Florida in February, and we're going to deliver the blankets then. So we're going to keep it open, I think, a little bit longer this year. The start off is today, August 1st. So get your little crochet hooks out and your knitting needles, and make blankets. And then I haven't I'm not 100% sure what day we're ending it. But it might be that everything has to be in by January 31st. It might be a week before that. But I do believe we're going to extend it a little bit longer since we're not delivering them until um, February. I think like the second week of February. So if you have everything in, we should get it in time. Um, so that being said, if it's cheaper to ship it to Ohio for you, you can ship them here. Uh, but otherwise, ship them to Nancy because she's in Florida and that makes it easier. I don't really know that the shipping cost would be that great of a difference. So preferably send them to her. She has more space to store them than I do. And then I don't have to worry about having enough space to travel them down there. But like I said, if it's a financial issue and you need to send them here, that'll be great. Just write Boggy Blankets on the packaging and then I'll know what's in there. The blankets. This is one of the blankets. Oh, found it. Found it went and I forgot to weave it. This is one of the blankets I made this year so far. This is a blanket that I did with Luck of the Draw from Nan's Next Knots, and I'm hoping that she'll be doing another Luck of the Draw soon. We just finished one beginning of June, maybe, and end of May, something like that. We just finished one, and I don't know if she's going to start another one in the fall or not. Nan's not been feeling well, so I hope you feel better, Nan, and I can't wait for the next one to start. But this one I made, so the colors, no wait, I'm sorry, this one was not a Nan's Next Knots. This was a Yarn Vacation AU from, that's what I made these with. That's why the colors are, I'm like, how come none of these colors are what I remember? This blanket was made from Yarn Vacation AU with Judy at Witch Piece Crafts. That's right. I made with with the Nan's Next Knots, I made tote bags. I forgot about that. So anyway, this is a fiber spider pattern, and this is Yarn Vacation. Every stop of the vacation we went on was a new color yarn, and I did not write down where we went. I just believe we started at Cleveland, and that's the Cleveland Browns colors. Then I went to Australia to meet up with Judy. Then we went someplace where I think this was a cardinal or a carnation, and I believe this was Ireland. I don't remember. I think this was something with a peacock. This might have been something oceany. This was a flag, I think, of someplace. And this was someplace that had a purple flower with yellow stems, yellow insides. So this is the first Boggy Creek blanket that I made that I'll be taking down to Nancy to, she's, taking down with me to Boggy Creek. I'm not going to mail them because I'm just going to drive it down with me. Now the blankets have to be 35 to 40 inches wide and 40 to 50 inches long. I would suggest an acrylic yarn because these are kids, so it's easy to wash if it's acrylic. There's no worries about that. You don't really have to worry about allergies with acrylic. So I would suggest acrylic or cotton. Cotton blends. I guess stay away from animal fibers if you can. I think that would be the best. And then this is the other one I made. And again, I don't remember where we were or where we were going. But they're very colorful. And this is, they lay the blanket, they do a theme every week when the kids come. And so they get put off into groups. And I think there's 4 cabins per group, or depending on the amount of kids they have that week. I don't know. And I think there was like six bunks in a room. I don't remember how many beds were actually in the room, but they have a theme, and the theme is for the whole camp. So if they're there at Christmas time, then all the rooms are decorated with Christmas quilts on the bed and red and green and white and Christmas color blankets at the end of the bed. The crocheted or knitted blankets at the end of the bed. I'm pretty sure knitted blankets count. But I'm going to double check on that. But the crocheted blankets, crocheted for sure works. Uh, the kids get to take home, and so they, want the size limit so that everybody gets the same. They want, like, all the color schemes are the same per week. The size of the blankets are all the same. They can say, oh, he got a bigger blanket, but the blankets are all on the bed along with the stuffed animal that they get to take home that is also handmade, and that's made out of cloth. It's the Boggy Creek bear. Billy has that pattern. She has made that bear. I am not a seamstress. I am not going to try that. If it was crocheted, I'm your girl. I'd do the bear over the blanket. But it's not. So that being said, if you are a sewer, check out Billy, the Crafty Floridian. She has the pattern. I think it's available on the Boggy Creek website, which will also be linked in the description box below. Last year, like I said, we collected about 360 blankets. We want more this year. we want to outdo ourselves. We were all, every week we were so choked up at how many blankets we received, that people were so giving and so generous. The yarn community is just such a fabulous, fabulous community. Now, if you can't donate to us and you have blankets that you want to donate or other things, feel free to donate in your own communities. But if you have a stash that you've been working on since last year, now's the time. Start sending them babies in. We are all excited to get them. And again, the sizes that they want are 35 to 40 inches wide, 40 to 50 inches long. If you make a blanket that is a different size than that, they will take it. But that blanket won't go home with one of the kids. They use them they staff doctors and nurses and camp counselors, and which are, I think, my knee doctor here in Ohio interned at Boggy Camp's sister camp that's in Ohio one summer. She interned there while she was getting her doctor. She's a knee doctor. And I wanted to check that place out this summer, and I just haven't had the opportunity to go there or find out any information about them. They're not open in the winter, which is when I have the most time to do that kind of thing. Ohio camping is not necessarily a good thing when you have kids in wheelchairs and crutches and whatever. It's slippery out and bad weather and all. But she interned there in the spring. So when I mentioned that I always crochet while I'm waiting in her office, and I was making one of the blankets one time, and she's like, "What you working on today?" She always asks. And so I told her, and she's like, "Oh, I know that place." So anyway, that was kind of interesting. But they house all of the staff that's going to be there for the week, looking after the kids and interacting with them and, helping them. And so they have those blankets will be used for them and their families. The doctors are allowed to bring their families. They stay in like cottages, and they're allowed to use the camp facilities like for their families. So like their kids, if they bring kids, get to participate in like the swimming pool. And I don't know if all the activities, but their kids are allowed to, they bring their kids and they're allowed to be there. So they can use it as kind of a family vacation for the doctors and nurses. That helps to get them to come because it's volunteer, so that's awesome. And so if you make your blankets other sizes than the required for the kids, they will take those and they use them until they're wore out. The doctors and nurses and whatever don't get to take the blankets home. But that is what happens. So if you have already made blankets that are bigger than that and you want to donate them, we'll take them. But, the size requirement is for the kids to get to take home. And that's what they go through a lot of because they have camp almost every week, I think. And, in Florida, you can do that pretty much year round. So, as I said, you can do themed blankets. Mine can go anytime because they got like all kinds of colors in them. But if you wanted to do blankets that are pink and red, then they'd probably put them out at Valentine's. If you did, green, they'd probably put them out at St. Patrick's Day. Um, or you can, go more boy theme, more girl theme, more generic themes. It doesn't really matter. They will find a use for it and a theme to put it into for sure. And the kids apparently are just very grateful, and it's free to the children and their families. Uh, so that's fabulous. It's a completely free camp, and it's something that these kids wouldn't get otherwise, because other organizations won't, that do camps, won't take the diseases that this camp takes. They sponsor the non-sponsored chronic diseases. So it's really, really, it's a fabulous, fabulous thing. And so anyway, we are starting today collecting again. You can contact me or Nancy or Billy if you have questions. Generally, when we start getting the blankets in, we go live on Billy's channel. If it will be different than that, then we'll let you know. I don't know when the lives are going to start, because we have to start getting the blankets in. I think Nancy already has had a couple of blankets, and I think when she got them in, she didn't realize they were boggy, and she showed them on her channel already, but she's going to show them again. We keep a list, and we do have prize drawings for every blanket that you send in. You get into a giveaway. Last year, we even had people donate gifts for the giveaway. And so I'm not quite sure. I mean, I will donate one or two gifts. I know Nancy's donating. I haven't decided what I'm donating yet, if it's just going to be gift cards, which I tend to think that people like to get gift cards. I mean, everybody likes to get yarn in the mail, but if I give you a gift card, you get to order for whatever yarn, whatever yarn you want. So that's probably what I will do, is gift cards. And as I said, we will be doing the drawing after, maybe when we're together. We'll do the drawings. Last year we did them at Boggy Creek, and we had all the names in a hat, and we let the people that ran Boggy Creek, we let them pull the names, and so we did a live from Boggy Creek drawing the names. So maybe that's what we'll do again this year. It depends on what kind of time frame we get with them. And I think I've got everything inputted that I needed to say. So again, if you have further questions, please contact us. Get out the crochet hooks, and thanks so much for your support. The kids will appreciate it greatly. We all appreciate it greatly. And thank you. See you in the next video. Bye.